Gabby Otterness, and I'll now introduce my audience members. Grace.
Hello.
Blaze.
Hello.
And Ashley.
Hi.
Okay. My specific purpose is to inform my audience about medical school and the different paths. And I will now begin my speech. Patients do not put their trust into machines, they put their trust into their doctors. If you are considering postgraduate school options for when you graduate, consider medical school. Know and choose the right path for your 4 years of studying and training. So once again, my specific purpose is to inform my audience about medical school and the different paths that go along with it. In this, the goal of my speech today is to open your mind to the idea of pursuing medical school as your postgraduate decision. I will show you what medical school is, the traditional medical school path, and the military medical school path as well. So first, I'll start by showing you what exactly medical school is. This is the path that you take to become a doctor. So first, you start at usually a 4-year university to earn your bachelor's degree. Then you move on to medical school, which is what I'm focusing on, which is usually about 4 years. And then you move on to residency, which is about 2 to 5 years. And then you take fellowship to practice in your actual training. So, keeping these points in mind that I talked about in my thesis, I will now introduce you to what medical school is and where it can take you in life, and who it is right for. So medical school is one of many postgraduate options. There's law school, PhD, medical school. Those are just many of the options that you can pursue for a third education. So with medical school, you might be confused on what it is. You can become a psychiatrist, you can become a geneticist, you can become a surgeon, even your family doctor that you go and see every year. So the thing about medical school is Rosé Raymond, an editor of the American Osteopathic Association, he showed that the tuition can get up to $200,000, and that's usually in the traditional medical schools like the private and the public. So now that we have a clear understanding of what medical school is, let me show the traditional path of medical school. So the traditional path of medical school, you can go to a private or public medical school, and in Georgia there's one such as Emory University Medical School, Mercer has one, and there's MCG, which is the Medical College of Georgia. And an advantage of the traditional path is you can choose where you want to go. You can go anywhere in the United States. They usually have one in about every state, I believe. There's one in Texas, California, Minnesota, Florida, Georgia. Anywhere. You can even go to the Caribbean and get I think they call it a foreign medical school. And there's also lots of residency options after you go to medical school. You go through a matching program and you can go anywhere in the United States. So James Hamblin, who is a medical doctor, said that the average salary for a medical doctor is about, for like a regular doctor, like a family practice doctor, would be about $200,000 mean salary. And for a specialty medical doctor like surgeon, neurosurgeon, they can make an average of about $350,000 a year. And these are just some of the aspects of the traditional path to medical school that you can pursue. Now that we have established the traditional path, I can now focus on how one can enter medical school through the military. So the military's medical school is actually called the Uniformed Services University of Health Sciences. And this medical school is in Maryland, and it's the only one for the uniformed services or the military. And the cool thing about the military medical school is that your tuition is totally waived. They pay for your books, they give you housing, they give you free everything pretty much. But in return, you have to give them service, which is serving about 7 to 9 years in the military. And Tony Guerra, actually, he's a U.S. Navy post-doctor or ex-doctor, and he said that the attendings, once you become an attending, the regular family doctor can make about $70,000 a year, and the specialty doctors, like the surgeons, can make about $160,000 a year. So it all depends on what the person wants to pursue in life, whether you want to help people, if you think medicine is what you like, it's an option to consider for your postgraduate options. We have now arrived where we have began. So, would medical school be interesting to you? Do you want to save lives? Do you want to serve in the Army? Or do both? That's my speech. Thank you.